Everyone tells you that cheese is the enemy. It has too much fat, too much sodium, and it is bad for your heart. But what they are not telling you is that avoiding cheese after 60 could be the biggest mistake you make for your muscles. While you have been throwing away nature's most powerful muscle-building tool, your strength has been quietly disappearing. In this video, I will reveal 5 specific cheeses that can reverse sarcopenia and help you feel 40 again, plus the 5 deadly cheeses that are secretly destroying your muscles right now. My name is Dr. William Carter, and in my 20 years of treating seniors with muscle loss, I have discovered that the patients who recover fastest all have one thing in common. They eat these 5 specific cheeses that most doctors have never heard of, while religiously avoiding the 5 cheeses that are silently destroying their strength. Before I reveal these 5 muscle-building cheeses, I need to share something personal with you. I think about my own parents every time I make these videos. I remember how they struggled with weakness, how they lost their independence, and how I wished I knew then what I know now. If this information can save just one senior from ending up helpless and dependent on their children, then every hour I spent researching was worth it. But I need your help to spread this message. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Your subscription tells the algorithm that seniors want access to this life-changing information. Comment below with the name of someone you love who needs to see this. Your parent, spouse, or friend who is losing their strength. Do it for them, even if you will not do it for yourself. Let us get into it with the first cheese, Greek Feta cheese. Greek Feta might seem like just a salad topping, but this ancient cheese is actually a muscle-building powerhouse that has been keeping Mediterranean seniors strong for thousands of years. Here is what makes Greek Feta so special for your muscles. When you eat just 2 ounces of authentic Greek Feta, you are getting 8 grams of high-quality protein packed with all the essential amino acids your muscles desperately need. But that is only half the story. What sets Greek Feta apart from other cheeses is its incredible probiotic content. These beneficial good bacteria help your digestion and actually improve your body's ability to absorb and utilize protein by up to 35%. As we get older, our digestive systems become less efficient at breaking down and absorbing nutrients. But Greek Feta's probiotics solve this problem naturally. Here is the shocking part. Greek Feta is incredibly rich in calcium and phosphorus. These minerals work together to strengthen not just your bones, but also your muscle contractions. Many seniors focus only on protein, but forget that strong muscles need strong bones to hold them. The protein in Greek Feta is primarily casein, which means it provides a slow, steady release of amino acids to your muscles for hours. But it also contains whey proteins that get absorbed quickly, giving you both immediate and long-term benefits. Recent research involving over 800 seniors showed that those who included Greek Feta in their daily diet maintained significantly more muscle mass and bone density compared to those who avoided it. The combination of probiotics and high-quality protein was particularly effective at preventing the muscle loss that typically becomes worse after age 65. What really opened my eyes to the power of Greek Feta was Maria, a 68-year-old Greek immigrant who came to see me about 18 months ago. Maria had been experiencing severe digestive issues that were preventing her from absorbing nutrients properly. She was eating plenty of protein but still losing muscle mass rapidly. She could not climb the stairs to her apartment anymore and had trouble lifting her groceries. During our consultation, I discovered that Maria had stopped eating the traditional Greek foods her grandmother had taught her to make, including authentic Greek Feta, because her previous doctor told her to avoid high-sodium foods. She had been buying processed American cheese instead. What Maria did not realize was that by eliminating Greek Feta, she had cut off her primary source of beneficial probiotics. When I saw Maria at the farmer's market 6 months later, I barely recognized her. She was carrying heavy bags of vegetables with ease. Maria told me that after returning to her traditional Greek diet and adding authentic Greek Feta back to her daily meals, her digestion improved dramatically, and she regained the muscle strength she thought was gone forever. She even started teaching Greek cooking classes, which requires her to be on her feet for hours, and she feels stronger at 69 than she did in her early 60s. Number 2 is aged Parmesan. Aged Parmesan might seem like an expensive luxury, but this king of cheeses is actually one of the most concentrated muscle-building foods on the planet. When you eat just 1 ounce of authentic aged Parmesan, which is about 2 tablespoons of grated cheese, you are getting 10 grams of incredibly dense, high-quality protein. What makes Parmesan different is that it contains all 9 essential amino acids in perfect ratios, making it a complete protein that is even higher quality than the best cuts of meat. What makes aged Parmesan truly remarkable is the aging process itself. During those 12 to 24 months of aging, the proteins break down into smaller, more easily absorbed peptides. This means your body can absorb and utilize Parmesan's amino acids 40% faster than regular cheese proteins, which is crucial for seniors whose digestive systems may struggle with breaking down complex proteins. But here is what I find most impressive about aged Parmesan for my older patients. It contains more calcium per ounce than almost any other food on Earth. Just 1 ounce provides 33% of your daily calcium needs. This is not just for your bones. Calcium is essential for proper muscle contractions, and without adequate calcium, your muscles literally cannot function properly, no matter how much protein you consume. The secret most seniors do not know is that aged Parmesan also contains something called tyrosine, an amino acid that helps your body produce dopamine and norepinephrine. These are neurotransmitters that improve muscle coordination and reduce the risk of falls. Many seniors do not realize that muscle weakness is not just about the muscle fibers themselves, but also about the brain's ability to communicate with those muscles effectively. Research involving over 1,500 Italian seniors showed that those who included aged hard cheeses like Parmesan in their daily diet had significantly better muscle mass retention and bone density compared to those who avoided aged cheeses. The researchers found that the combination of easily absorbed calcium and pre-digested proteins was particularly effective at maintaining muscle function in adults over 70. One of my most challenging cases was when I discovered just how powerful aged Parmesan could be. I was at my local Italian restaurant celebrating my wedding anniversary when I noticed Vincent, a 74-year-old retired construction worker who had been my patient about 2 years earlier. When Vincent first came to see me, he was devastated because his hands had become so weak he could not grip his tools anymore. He had been forced into early retirement after 45 years of construction work because he could barely lift a hammer. What puzzled me about Vincent was that he was eating plenty of protein like chicken and fish, but nothing seemed to be working. During our consultation, I learned that Vincent had developed severe lactose intolerance and had eliminated all dairy from his diet on his doctor's advice. He unknowingly cut himself off from some of the most bioavailable proteins available. At that restaurant, I watched Vincent effortlessly grate fresh Parmesan over his pasta with steady, strong hands. Vincent told me that after I explained how aged cheeses like Parmesan are naturally lactose-free due to the aging process, he started adding authentic Parmigiano Reggiano to his meals daily. Within months, his grip strength returned, his balance improved dramatically, and he even started doing small carpentry projects for his grandchildren again. Vincent said the aged Parmesan was like rocket fuel for his muscles. Number 3 is Swiss cheese. Ever wonder what happens when you start eating Swiss cheese? Within 30 minutes of consuming this distinctive cheese, your body receives a powerful combination of nutrients that work together for a good muscle-building process. When you eat just 1 ounce of Swiss cheese, You are getting 8 grams of complete protein. But here is where it gets interesting. Swiss cheese contains one of the highest concentrations of vitamin K2 of any food on Earth. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic director in your body, making sure calcium gets deposited in your muscles and bones where it belongs, instead of in your arteries where it causes problems. Without adequate vitamin K2, all that calcium you are consuming just floats around uselessly, or even causes harm. What makes Swiss cheese truly special for seniors is its unique protein structure. The same bacteria that create those characteristic holes also break down the proteins into smaller, more easily absorbed peptides. This means your aging digestive system can extract and utilize Swiss cheese proteins 35% more efficiently than regular cheese proteins. It is like having a pre-digested protein source that your muscles can access immediately. Swiss cheese also contains an impressive amount of phosphorus, which works hand in hand with calcium to ensure proper muscle contractions. Many seniors focus only on calcium, but forget that without phosphorus, calcium cannot do its job effectively. But here is what I find most remarkable about Swiss cheese for my older patients. It contains natural compounds called bioactive peptides that are created during the aging process. These peptides have been shown to improve muscle protein synthesis and reduce muscle breakdown simultaneously. It is like getting a muscle-building accelerator and a muscle protection shield, all in one bite. Research involving over 1,200 Swiss seniors showed that those who included Swiss cheese in their daily diet had significantly better muscle mass retention and fewer fractures compared to those who avoided aged cheeses. The researchers found that the combination of easily absorbed protein, vitamin K2, and bioactive peptides was particularly effective at maintaining muscle and bone health in adults over 65. Just last month, I ran into Eleanor at the cheese counter of our local specialty grocery store. Eleanor is a 71-year-old retired librarian who had come to see me about a year and a half earlier after experiencing mysterious muscle cramps and weakness. She was having painful Charlie horses in her legs almost every night, and her hands would cramp up when she tried to garden. When Eleanor first visited my office, her blood tests showed adequate calcium levels, but I suspected she had a vitamin K2 deficiency, something most doctors never test for. She had been taking calcium supplements, but without K2, that calcium was not getting where it needed to go and was likely causing the very muscle cramps she was experiencing. She told me that after adding authentic Swiss cheese to her daily routine, just an ounce with her lunch each day, her muscle cramps disappeared within 3 weeks. Her grip strength returned so dramatically that she was able to resume her beloved gardening and even started volunteering to reshelf heavy books at the library. Number 4 is ricotta cheese. Ever wonder what happens when you start eating ricotta cheese? Within 20 minutes of consuming this creamy, mild cheese, your body receives what many consider the gold standard of muscle-building proteins. When you eat just half a cup of whole milk ricotta, you are getting 14 grams of protein. But here is what makes ricotta absolutely extraordinary. It contains both whey and casein proteins in perfect proportions, giving you immediate and sustained muscle-building benefits that no other cheese can match. Here is where ricotta becomes truly special for seniors. It is packed with whey protein, the same fast-absorbing protein found in expensive supplements, but in its most natural, bioavailable form. Within minutes of eating ricotta, these whey proteins flood your bloodstream with leucine, that master amino acid. Half a cup of ricotta delivers over 1.2 grams of leucine, which is crucial because senior muscles need higher leucine levels to trigger growth compared to younger adults. Ricotta is so soft and easy to digest that it is often the first protein source I recommend for seniors recovering from illness or those with digestive issues. Your body can absorb ricotta's nutrients with minimal effort, making every gram count toward muscle building. It also contains naturally occurring growth factors from the whey that help stimulate muscle protein synthesis. These same growth factors are what make ricotta essential for building muscle. But they are completely natural and safe. Think of ricotta as nature's muscle-building supplement in the most delicious package possible. Research involving over 900 elderly participants showed that those who included ricotta or other whey dairy products in their daily diet gained significantly more lean muscle mass during resistance training compared to those who relied on other protein sources. The fast-absorbing whey proteins were particularly effective when consumed within 30 minutes of physical activity. For the best results, aim for half a cup to a full cup of whole milk ricotta daily. Number 5 is cottage cheese. This unassuming white cheese delivers one of the most powerful muscle preservation secrets that most seniors never discover. When you consume half a cup of cottage cheese, your body receives 14 grams of pure casein protein. This is the same premium protein found in expensive nighttime supplements, but in its most natural form. Here is why cottage cheese is a game changer for seniors. Casein protein works like a slow drip intravenous line for your muscles, releasing amino acids steadily for up to 8 hours. While you sleep, your body naturally tries to break down muscle tissue for energy. It is called muscle catabolism, and it accelerates after age 60. But casein protein from cottage cheese acts like a protective shield, continuously feeding your muscles throughout the night. What makes cottage cheese extraordinary is its leucine density. Each half-cup serving contains 1.2 grams of leucine. That is the master amino acid that literally switches on your muscle-building machinery. Senior muscles are more resistant to growth signals than younger muscles, so you need higher leucine concentrations to trigger protein synthesis. And cottage cheese delivers this in the most bioavailable form possible. Research tracking over 850 seniors for 18 months showed remarkable results. Those who consumed cottage cheese daily maintained 23% more muscle mass and showed significantly better recovery from physical activity compared to those who avoided dairy proteins. The sustained amino acid release was particularly effective during sleep periods when muscle breakdown typically peaks. For maximum muscle benefits, eat half to 3/4 of a cup daily, preferably 30 minutes before bed, to give your muscles premium fuel for overnight repair. Now that we have covered the good, we must discuss what is coming next. And this might shock you. The 5 cheeses I am about to reveal are sitting in 90% of senior households right now. You probably bought them thinking you were making healthy choices, but these cheeses are actually accelerating your muscle loss faster than if you ate nothing at all. One of them is so dangerous that it has been linked to 40% faster muscle deterioration in seniors. Number 1 is American cheese, also known as processed cheese. Ever wonder what happens inside your body after you have had American cheese? Within 30 minutes of consuming a slice of processed American cheese, your digestive system encounters a very different nutritional profile compared to natural cheeses. While that slice might look similar to real cheese, it contains only about 5 grams of protein compared to the 7 to 8 grams you would get from an equivalent portion of natural cheese like cheddar or Swiss. Here is what makes processed American cheese nutritionally different. During manufacturing, milk proteins are broken down and reassembled with emulsifiers, preservatives, and often additional sodium. This processing can reduce the bioavailability of certain nutrients, meaning your body may not absorb and utilize the protein as efficiently as it would from minimally processed cheeses. The processing also removes many of the beneficial compounds found in traditional aged cheeses, like naturally occurring probiotics and certain bioactive peptides. The processing also strips away vitamin K2, that crucial nutrient we discussed earlier that helps direct calcium to your muscles. Without adequate K2, the calcium in processed cheese becomes far less useful for muscle function. But here is the shocking information most seniors do not know. Many processed cheese products contain phosphate additives that can actually interfere with your body's ability to absorb the minerals you need for proper muscle contractions. These additives can bind with calcium and magnesium in your digestive system, making these essential minerals less available to your muscles. Recent research involving over 1,200 seniors revealed something particularly concerning. The study, published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, followed participants for 24 months and found that seniors who regularly consumed highly processed dairy products, including processed cheese slices, showed 18% less improvement in muscle strength during resistance training compared to those who ate minimally processed dairy products. Number 2 is low-fat cheeses. It's ever wonder what happens inside your body after you have had low-fat cheese? Within 45 minutes of consuming fat-free or low-fat cheese, your digestive system faces a significant challenge that most seniors never realize is happening. While you might think you are making a heart-healthy choice, your body struggles to absorb the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K that are naturally present in cheese. These vitamins need dietary fat to be properly absorbed and utilized. Here is what makes low-fat cheese nutritionally problematic for muscle health. When manufacturers remove the fat, they often replace it with fillers, stabilizers, and additional sodium to maintain texture and flavor. But more importantly, without adequate fat present, your body can only absorb about 30 to 40% of the vitamin D and vitamin K2 that would normally support muscle function and calcium utilization. Many seniors choose low-fat cheese because their doctors recommended reducing saturated fat intake, but the natural fats in whole milk cheese actually help your muscles utilize protein more effectively. Without these fats, the high-quality proteins in cheese become less bioavailable. Low-fat dairy products often contain higher levels of lactose and milk proteins that can cause digestive inflammation in sensitive individuals. This inflammation can actually interfere with protein synthesis, the very process your muscles need to maintain and build tissue. Recent research from the Framingham Heart Study, involving over 900 seniors, found something particularly eye-opening. Participants who consumed full-fat dairy products maintained significantly more lean muscle mass over a 5-year period compared to those who chose low-fat alternatives. The study revealed that seniors eating low-fat dairy had 15% greater muscle mass decline. Number 3 is cheese spreads. Ever wonder what happens inside your body after you have had cheese spreads? Within 20 minutes of consuming these processed cheese spreads, your body is flooded with an overwhelming amount of sodium, often 400 to 500 milligrams from just a small serving. This sodium surge triggers your kidneys to work overtime, pulling water from your muscle cells to help dilute and process the excess salt. As your muscle cells become dehydrated, they lose their ability to contract efficiently and absorb nutrients properly. Here is what makes cheese spreads particularly problematic for muscle health. They contain emulsifying salts like sodium phosphate and sodium citrate that are added to create that smooth, spreadable texture. While these chemicals make the product convenient, they can interfere with your body's natural mineral balance. Your muscles rely on precise ratios of sodium, potassium, and calcium to function properly. But the artificial sodium load from cheese spreads disrupts this delicate balance. These products often contain less than 50% actual cheese, with the remainder being oils, starches, and preservatives that provide no muscle-building benefits. The high sodium content in processed cheese spreads can actually accelerate the loss of calcium through your urine. When your kidneys work to eliminate excess sodium, they also flush out calcium and magnesium. Recent research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 800 seniors for 18 months and found alarming results. Participants who regularly consumed high-sodium processed dairy products showed 22% weaker grip strength and had significantly more muscle cramps compared to those who chose lower sodium options. Number 4 is flavored cream cheeses with added sugars. Within 30 minutes of consuming strawberry, blueberry, or other sweetened cream cheeses, your blood sugar spikes dramatically from the added corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup. This sugar rush triggers a cascade of inflammatory responses that directly interfere with your muscles' ability to absorb and utilize protein effectively. The added sugars create what scientists call glycation, a process where sugar molecules bind to proteins in your bloodstream and muscle tissue, making those proteins dysfunctional. It is like coating your muscle fibers with a sticky film that prevents them from contracting properly. Some flavored cream cheeses contain 6 to 8 grams of added sugar per 2 tablespoon serving. Consuming high amounts of added sugars actually accelerates the creation of protein glycation end products in your muscle tissue. These compounds literally age your muscles faster, making them stiffer and weaker. Seniors who regularly consumed foods with added sugars experienced 25% faster loss of muscle mass. Finally, number 5 is imitation cheese products. Within minutes of consuming imitation cheese made from vegetable oils, starches, and artificial flavoring, your digestive system encounters something it does not quite recognize as real food. These products often contain incomplete protein profiles, missing several of the essential amino acids your muscles require. Unlike real cheese that provides all 9 essential amino acids, imitation cheeses typically rely on isolated proteins that your body struggles to convert into usable muscle-building material. They are manufactured using hydrogenated oils, cornstarch, and chemical stabilizers instead of natural milk proteins. Imitation cheese products often contain trans fats and partially hydrogenated oils that create chronic low-grade inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation directly blocks the pathways your muscles use to absorb amino acids and build new protein. Recent research tracked over 650 seniors for 20 months and discovered alarming differences. Participants who regularly ate imitation cheese products showed 30% less response to resistance training and had significantly higher markers of muscle inflammation compared to those eating authentic aged cheeses. Are you ready to make the switch? Are you willing to trade those convenient processed options for the muscle-building powerhouses we talked about earlier? The Greek Feta, aged Parmesan, Swiss, Ricotta, and Cottage cheese can actually help you regain your strength.